the act of creating is, in a sense, that's really an act of activism. You're creating something which, if it's done with an open heart and compassion and sympathetic mind, then it's an activist. And right now, I think all us artists need to stand up for what we believe in, stand up for the arts as a vehicle for change and positive social reflection and all the things that we know about in the arts. And now's the time to do it. It's always been the time to do it. All of the artists who've been commissioned in this show have been doing that with their practice for years and years, and for them to be in this show with Myuran, he would have just been blown away. If you're politically engaged, you need to be aware. You need to continue to strive for a compassionate voice. Obviously there's moments through Myuran's execution where I wanted to savage politicians who were brutal, but you can't call for compassion and then abuse people for their mistakes. They're counterintuitive. It's absolutely critical as an artist to get that balance right. That's where the art is, really. The process of creating relies on you understanding how to get the most of your message, to harness your visual language to get that message across. And he'd mastered the fundamental parts of the practice of painting, and the last letter that I'd written to him was about, now it's time, you're ready now to start exploring your own visual language. His response was, imagine if I had a few more years, and if you get to see this show, I think you'll agree, a mad dream come true for Myuran and for his legacy. And we wanted it to coincide with the 50th anniversary of the last execution on Australian soil, which is on the 4th of February, of Ronald Ryan in Melbourne. And that's a moment for, Myuran knew it was coming up. He told me it was coming up. He understood the geopolitics of ideas around the death penalty better than anyone I'd met before. I guess I know it all now. But it's a moment, I think, for Australia to stand up, really to stand up and be on the moral high ground, and tell the world that we haven't committed execution on a human being for 50 years this year, and Myuran shows on for that.